Hey guys, welcome. High Performance Happy Hour. It's Melissa. And today I'm going to be focusing on something that is on my heart, something that I'm super passionate about and want to laser coach you on this and really see what opens up for you after listening to this. And what I want to discuss today is radical self-care. Not any of this surface level baloney. I'm sorry that you see, all over social media. It's not, Pinterest posts. It's not like repeating different affirmations and things like that. Yes, there is a time and a place for all of that. But in order for those things to work, those tactics and strategies to work, you get to develop the foundational practices first. And that is where radical self-care starts. It starts with the foundational practices of mental, physical, and emotional wellness. And honestly, if there are things that you want in your life, it doesn't matter what area of your life, personal, professional, you want to cultivate connected relationships with people. You want to make more money in your job or your business. You want to create a business that you've always dreamed of creating. You want to lose some weight. You want to excel in a sport. You want to enter into a competition. Whatever it is, these goals and these dreams that you have that align to this bigger vision that you have for your life. In order for you to be successful and get to those next levels of performance in your life, it's radical self-care that's going to get you there. And I don't mean to be intense with this, but this is just how passionate I am. And I want us as a community to understand that there's always going to be tactics out there that you can purchase and follow, and diets that you can follow. But if things aren't working properly or connecting with you in here and in here, you're not going to get the results that you are looking for. I guarantee that, because I've been there. I've wanted something so bad in my life, and I pushed, and was left dumbfounded when I didn't get the results that I thought I was going to get. And it's because I wasn't coming from here. I was coming from mostly up here and just doing the things. Guys, I'm a really good doer. But if this isn't connected to that, if who I'm being as a person isn't connected to what I'm doing, I'm not going to have the things that I really wanted to have in my life. And I'm a prime example of this. Yeah, I work really, really hard and achieved a lot and had a successful career, but it wasn't truly aligning to the vision that I had for my life. And everybody's vision is going to be different. But instead of just, staying with it, despite being unhappy, unfulfilled, going through the motions, I took committed action. I started working on myself. I started developing that self-love that you need to cultivate in order to get to those next levels of success in your life. Because without that self-love and that self-acceptance, those big goals and dreams that you have are just going to be dreams. Don't you want to put it into action? Don't you want to take committed action to make those dreams and goals and visions that you have a reality? And that's where the radical self-care comes into play. Because once you start really focusing on your mental health, your emotional well-being, your physical health, that's when you start to see those next levels. That's when you get to the next cut. And there's a lot of stereotype around self-care practices and how, people are like, well, self-care is selfish, and I don't want to do that because that means that I'm being selfish. No, it's not. Actually, if you're doing it correctly and practicing self-care correctly and have this understanding, is self-care is actually selfless, because it's not about you. By you taking better care of yourself, it's actually selfless and it's not about you. And you're actually being in service to others because you're taking care of yourself, so that you can make the impact that you really want to make, so that you can inspire people the way that you want to inspire people. And if you're not taking care of yourself, you're doing everybody a disservice, because you're not sharing your gifts with the world. You're not being a source of transformation. You're not being a source of what could be possible for you. So just take time to think about this. And this is one of the big things that I really focus on with my clients. And it's a part of the goals that we set together, yes. And I have a real sweet spot for online coaches and small business owners and busy professionals, because you are driven and ambitious. You go after the things that you want. But we can also get really hyper-focused on those things and not see the bigger picture, and that creates that burnout state, because we just go, and we're not taking care of ourselves in the process. But here you get to learn and cultivate how to have both in your life. You get to have the self-love, the self-care practices consistently, as well as getting the success that you dream of in your life. You get to have both. And a lot of us high performers think that it's in either or. I can't tell you how many times I've had clients say, I'm pushing so hard, but I'm not getting anywhere. I'm stuck in the same spot. Or another common thing is that, but Melissa, I've just been working so hard, or I'm following the process, but I don't know why I'm not getting the results that I really truly want. So it's take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes, and see that maybe it's because you're not spending enough time really taking care of you, really loving who you are being. And that'll just shift so much for you. It'll allow you to take the breaks when you need to take the breaks. It'll allow you to recharge your batteries, so that when you get back to work, you're coming from an overflowing cup. So just think about these things. And another important thing about radical self-care is that it doesn't have to be hard. It gets to be easy. It gets to be fun. Really think about ways that you can incorporate taking care of yourself in fun, creative ways that you get to self-express, ways that you get to be creative based on who you are, not what other people are doing. Really think about ways for you to engage in radical self-care that aligns with your values. We've talked about that align with the goals that you want to accomplish in your life. And once you start really believing and consistently practicing this radical self-care that clients learn about here in the Balance platform, things majorly start to shift in your life. And yes, we do cover tactics and strategies along with the radical self-care. You get to have both, but it's about that foundation first of understanding who you get to be and how you get to take care of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally to get to those next levels, to get that dream career, to get that money goal, to get that weight loss goal. It's all possible for you. And I feel like this concept is just can sometimes be overwhelming for people. And it's actually the thing that you're running away from, the understanding of your thoughts and behaviors is what you actually need to be running towards, because that could be the missing link for you to get to where you need to go or where you want to go. And I just can't stress it enough, you guys. What are you hearing me say? Type it in the comments. What is landing for you? How can I support you get to those next levels of success in your life and career? And I've had clients who are, busy professionals, physical therapists, and then ends up winning, massive competitions and bodybuilding and sports competitions because she understands now that sweet spot. She's created that sweet spot in her life. She knows that she gets to have both the radical self-care and the busy professional career and have the success that she's always dreamed of. And now she's a mom and she's still rocking it and doing it all. She makes it look easy and fun because it is. You just get to learn how to incorporate these practices into your life. And I had another client who came to me feeling super depleted and burnt out, stressed out, overwhelmed. We put these practices into place. She followed my structured program. She has a totally new career, making tons of money, is so much more calm and focused. She has more time to spend with her kids. Her relationships are flourishing, and it's all because of understanding the importance of this radical self-care. I have another client who came to me who was feeling anxious and stressed out because she wasn't feeling her best. She wasn't feeling her best physically, and it was starting to impact her career. Once we started to get her back on track with radical self-care practices, she's now teaching a university class. She's now teaching a class in a university because she totally shifted the way that she was taking care of herself and shifted her way of being and taking responsibility for doing what she needs to do to get to those levels in her life that she really, really wants. So, if you're thinking, this is the goal, this is the next cut for me, this is what I want to accomplish. How am I going to get there? I don't want to feel stressed, overwhelmed, and burnt out. I don't want to run myself into the ground, Melissa. You do not have to. But you must learn how to properly take care of yourself, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You get to have that here. You get to have the accountability, the support, the expert coaching that's going to get you to the next level and get you there faster than if you were doing it alone. So I want to know, what's the next cut for you? Where do you want to go next? How can you stretch yourself, get out of that comfort zone? I want to know, what's stretchy for you? What makes you feel a little uncomfortable, but that's where you really want to go in your life? I want to hear. Type it in. Let's work this out. I would love to brainstorm with you. It's my favorite thing to do. I'm here for you, here to support. Imagine what your life will begin to look like when you start practicing both self-care and success practices that get you to those next levels. It's not an either or, guys. It's both. So that was on my heart today. Super, super passionate. That was my laser coach for you. And understanding, really understanding the importance of deep level self-care. Not the surface level stuff like pedicures, manicures, getting my hair did. Yeah, like that's pampering, right? That's pampering. That's awesome stuff that we get to do to make us feel good. But it's about the deeper level, peeling back those layers, really getting into who you are, how your thoughts affect your behaviors, how you respond in certain situations, the language that you use. Also understanding the importance between, victim mentality and responsibility. This is the deeper level work that I'm talking about. This is self-leadership work combined with physical, mental, and emotional self-care practices, and you will see your results skyrocket. I guarantee it. I'm a walking example of it. My clients are walking examples of it. Yes, in the beginning, it is a little bit, well, it's a lot of bit uncomfortable because it's something you've never done before. But we move through it together. We move through the uncomfortability. We move through the uncomfortable emotions that pop up to get you where you really want to go. And I always say this, what's it costing you to not take committed action? And more importantly, what's it costing others, the people that you care about the most in your life, by not taking committed action? So hit me up, here to support you. Let's chat, let's connect. I love you guys. Happy Thursday. That was my laser coach today for High Performance Happy Hour. Practicing radical self-care. It's going to get you to that next level. You're ready for your next cut. Take care, and we'll be back tomorrow with a special interview with one of my dear friends. So take care. Love you guys. Don't be afraid. Reach out. You are supported.